Yes, people. Welcome back to another stream. It's been a week, been a couple of days since we've been live, but we are back on the content grind again. We're talking transfers in today's show. There's a lot to go over, so make sure you are smashing that like button and you are subscribing to the channel. Very important you do so. Let's dive into the news because we ain't messing about today. Let's get into it. So the first topic I want to speak about is Darwin Nunez. We're going to speak about all the outgoings and then we're going to speak about all the incomings. Once we've done that, we will then see what the chat is saying. Big up to everyone. We've already got a couple of people in here. Let's get these likes up to 50. We always aim for 50 likes. Big up to Benjamin. Smash the likes. Yeah, smash the likes, people. Hope you had a good weekend, bro. Back on the streams. Yeah, man, the streams are officially back. Yeah, I had a really good weekend. So make sure everyone is smashing that likes. And yeah, the content is back. Let me see if someone's gonna come on the show because I did message someone, but yeah. Bosh. Jump on Bosh. Right, I've contacted a few people, seeing if they want to jump on shows. But yeah, we got 25 people in the house already. Let's get these likes up, people. Big up to everyone. So yeah, let's dive into the news. So Fabrizio Romano has literally just tweeted. Yeah, get this guy out of the picture. Literally just tweeted 5 minutes ago. Understand Napoli and Liverpool will have direct contacts today to discuss conditions of Darwin Nunez. Negotiations are still early, but Napoli had green light from Nunez. As revealed in recent days, a deal depends on financial requests. So yeah, it's going to basically come down to how much will Darwin Nunez want. I think he's on 120 to 150 grand a week at Liverpool. Now, what will he request? That's going to be interesting because this is what Fabrizio said 24 hours ago. Understand Darwin Nunez has given the internal green light to Napoli to open move after being presented to Conte's project. Furthermore, depends on financial feasibility as Liverpool wants important figures. Transfer fee and salary will also be a key topic, yeah, because he's on about over 100 plus grand. Big up to CJ in the house, mate. Big up to, I hope everyone is well. Let's get these likes up and let's get subscribing to the channel. Big up to every single person in the house. Very important you smash that like button and you are subscribing, of course. So yeah, it is ultimately going to come down to how much will Darwin Nunez want because he's given the green light that he can go to Napoli. What will his wage demands? Will that be within Napoli's feasibility? This is what Darwin Nunez is currently on. He's 140 grand. And he has still got 3 years left on his contract. So it is going to depend how much will he want. I think that's going to be really interesting. Isak is pretty much out of the window. I don't think Isak is dead, and I'll explain to you. Not actually physically dead. I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to explain to you why I think the deal could still very much be on. But yeah, we're going to be speaking about all the outgoings, then speaking about the potential 2 incomings, the striker with the centre back. So yeah, we're going to be live till about 2 o'clock. No, about 3 o'clock. So we're going to do a good 2+ hour stream. Yeah, we're back on that grind because I've not streamed for a couple of days since like Friday. Feels like forever, to be honest. But yeah, if people were 4 likes away from 20, so let's get these likes up. and get subscribing. So yeah, this is what Fabrizio did come out and say, but there has been more news on that situation. This is what David Ornstein had to say on the Darwin Nunez situation. Another case to keep close on. Another close eyes on involves Liverpool striker Darwin Nunez. The Premier League champions are looking to sell the Uruguayan. He's keen to move. Napoli's interest has been registered, and an offer is expected in due course. So yeah, they are expecting to make probably an offer. How much are people taking for Darwin? How much do you think they would offer? I think he personally goes for around about 50 million, maybe some sort of add-ons will obviously be included in that. That's what I personally think. That's what I personally think. I think it'd be around about 50 million with a base fee of the base fee being 50 million and then probably about 10 million in add-ons. Let's say if they're going to win the Serie A, gets a certain amount of goals. They go far in the Champions League, etc. We know how the add-ons do work in football. So yeah, that's what I personally think. Let's go through some what people think. Wouldn't pay more than 125 million. 45 mil for Nunez, 50 mil max. Please bring Isak. 50 mil plus, 50 million plus add-ons. That's what I personally think as well. That's what I think as well. 45 mil, 10 mil add-ons. That's something I think it's going to be within the region of that. Smash the likes and subscribe. Yeah, man, we're on 2 likes away from 820. So if you've not subscribed, make sure you are subscribing. If you haven't liked, make sure you like. If you like Liverpool, like the video. If you don't, you don't, fair enough. Big up to N90 in the chat. Make sure you go and subscribe to him, guys. He's on the road to 100 subscribers. We're on the road to 2K, so let's help every single person out here. We're obviously aiming for 2,000 plus subscribers by the end of the summer, and that is our target. We're going to try and push towards 1.7 this week. Subscribe, it is free, that is facts. Get liking and get subscribing. Let's run a poll. Darwin, how much does Liverpool sell Darwin for? 40 mil, 50 mil, 50 mil or higher. 50 mil plus. Boom. Let's run that poll. Let's see what the people. I'm actually intrigued to see what the people think as to how much do you think he's going to be sold for. I personally think he is going to be sold for around that fee. I've just realized Michael actually wasn't even plugged in. Terrible start for me. We just hit 20 likes. Big up to everyone on the stream. So yeah, I think he's going to be sold for around about 45 to 50 million. Then obviously the add-ons and all that. The reason why I think Liverpool will obviously prefer to sell him to Saudi because it's more money. We'll probably get 60 to 70 million for Darwin if we were to sell him to Saudi. But it looks like Napoli, they'll still pay a decent fee because they know Liverpool want a decent fee for him. We're not going to sell him for like 30 million. Like, come on. Like some people have suggested. We need to think logically. I think 45 million plus is quite reasonable. We paid 100 million euros for this guy. I can't remember how much of his add-ons have been hit, but I think so far we've paid. It was he in English pounds. He was an 85 million pound signing. I think it's 75. It's between 75 and 80 have been paid. So the fact that we're probably going to make 50 to 60% money back off it, I don't think you can really complain. But yeah, big up to everyone that's in the chat. I find it funny how Arsenal fans are getting excited seeing Rodrigo will win the Prem for them when Arsenal haven't even contacted Madrid yet. He's not leaving Madrid. Fans need to act like accountants. If the club decides to pay 150 million or 200 million for Isak, I'm not bothered, as it's not my money. The only times I complain about when Liverpool buying players is, like, for an example, like we paid the money for Darwin Nunez. Do you know what I mean? If we went and spent 150 million on Alexander Isak, am I going to complain? Absolutely not. It'd be stupid if I was to complain. But yeah, I actually agree. Let me see what else the chat is saying. I think 45 mil up front, and then up front maybe. That's what I think. That's what I personally think. It's going to be around that fee. It's going to be in and around of that fee. Also, Chiesa. Yeah, Chiesa's also been linked to Napoli. I think there'll be separate deals. I think there will be completely separate deals in the sense of Liverpool will do them as separate. They're not going to pay for them both in the same package. But I do think Chiesa will also get done as well. Smash the likes and subscribe, people. Yeah, man, we're on 23 likes. Big up to everyone in the chat. Let me just do something real quick. So yeah, let's try and aim for 30 likes on plus on today's stream, and then we keep going upwards to upwards up to 50. So yeah, big up to everyone. If we're 5 subscribers from 1,630, so we want to try and push for that today if that is possible. Let me also add that in. But yeah, memberships are also available on the channel. The link is in the description. If you're on Mac, you can become a member. There is going to be exclusive content on that, in the sense of streams, videos. But yeah, memberships are completely optional. I'm not one of these content creators where they'll force people to become a member. If you want to become a member, you do. You want to send a super chat, you do. You don't, you don't. As long as you are. The only thing I ask for people to do is kindly like the video. Subscribe. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Fair enough. But yeah, we're on aim for 50 likes in today's stream, and we are on 24 likes. That's a brilliant start. I'm 100% certain we will not make a bid for Isak unless he publicly says he wants the move. I'm going to bookmark the start of that comment. I'm going to come back to it later. I'd rather keep Chiesa. Chiesa is going to be gone, mate. Like, as much as we would love Chiesa to work out, he is going to be sold. He is going to be sold. Instead of getting Chiesa out the door, bring him for 40 million, I'd rather give Chiesa more game time, but Slot doesn't fancy him. Why keep Chiesa when we can sell him for 20 million for him, and he's on 150 grand a week, which is mad. Chiesa does nothing, but he's on 150 a week. We're still going to keep Chiesa's song. We are still going to keep his song. I think they'll both go to Napoli, in my opinion. I think Liverpool will probably sell them both around. I think we sell Chiesa for 10 to 15 mil. With a couple of add-ons. Same with Darwin Nunez. I think we'll both get them sold for, I reckon, around 60 to 70 million pounds for the pair of them. And then potentially one more attacker will also leave. Where's the story coming from 200 million bid? A couple of Newcastle like journos have been like saying it, so we're going to talk about that later in the show when we do speak about Isak. You know what? Because everyone wants to talk about Isak. We get to 40 likes, we will talk about Alexander Isak, because that's the one part everyone wants to talk about. I do plan to talk about him, but I'm waiting until later in the show for that, as I currently want to talk about all the outgoings. Then we do the incomings, because there's a lot more news regarding outgoings. So yeah, guys, we've got 44 plus people in the building. Let's get these likes up to 30. Maybe Liverpool journalists will give him the green light from UFC. Stop talking once and make an 120 mil bid, 20 million add-ons. Big up to you, bro. Hope you're well, mate. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat. Glad Gomez is staying. Yeah, love Joey G. I don't think Isak gonna happen unless he forces a move. Guys, if you want to talk, we'll talk. Don't worry, we'll talk about Isak. But yeah, let me know how much are Liverpool selling Mr. Nunez for. I'm intrigued to see what you people think. Let me know what you personally all think as to regards to Darwin Nunez. Let me know. Let me know. 4 likes from been busy at work, buddy. Hope you're well, mates. To be honest, mate, I've actually took a couple of days off myself from streams, just mainly due to spending time with my girlfriend and stuff like that. And I felt like I needed to recharge, because last week I was doing 3-4 shows a day, like 6+ hours of streaming every single day. So I felt like I'm going to take a bit of a weekend off, and so yeah. Yeah, big up to every single person in here. 60 people, first day back. 45 mil for Nunez IMO. Fair enough. Isak only forces. Imagine if Salah wasn't injured in 2018 final. He was a lot of Ballon d'Or stats that year. 60 mil. 60 million. I just don't see the world where they pay more than 50 million plus add-ons. I just don't. Because they want to probably bring in Chiesa as well. I think I saw 50 million euros add-ons not included. There will be add-ons included. Liverpool, I very much doubt Liverpool would sell him for 50 below 50 million and not include add-ons. I think we will see Nunez for an elf. Yeah. Smash the likes and subscribe, people. Come on, it's free. Yeah, man. Smash them likes. I promised the chat we are going to do Isak talk when we get to 40 likes. With 12 there, 12 away. And if you're not new, make sure you're subscribed. Shift finish. Good to see you back refreshed. Yeah, man. I'm back on that grind again. Streams every day again. I think every once in a while, sometimes in life, you just got to take a couple of days off. Hence why I put out a pre-record. I did put out a video on Saturday, but I recorded it on the Friday. Yeah, I needed to take 3-4 days off. Just spend time with my girlfriend and stuff, and we was out with her family and stuff over the weekend. So it was actually just nice to. And to be honest, I didn't even check Twitter, so I actually didn't see no Liverpool news. So Liverpool could have signed Isak, and I wouldn't have had a clue, or put in a bid. I wouldn't have even had a clue. I didn't not check to it. I wanted to just enjoy the weekend, check the news on Monday. Thank God we didn't, because imagine if we put in like some Liverpool place bid for Isak, and I didn't even have a Scooby Doo. That is facts, mate. Hi, Newcastle should sign. I'm gonna bookmark that, mate, because we are going to speak about Isak when we get to 40 likes. I have promised the chat on that. Reports said Nunez Diaz. Report said Nunez Diaz plus 17 mil. What do you mean? Well, I'm going to start all the Isak comments. He's a good player, just lacks conversion front of goal in the Prem. Syria probably suits him. Yeah, Syria will be a lot better for him, I think. Newcastle, no, we got money, so I think it's 150. Yeah, we'll put that big up. To yourself, Nunez plus Chiesa. And 17 mil. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay. Nunez, Chiesa, and 17 mil. I seen Napoli wanted for Osimhen. What? So they would. So for us to get Osimhen, they would want 17 mil Nunez and Chiesa. Isn't Osimhen available for like 60 million? Well, if they value Nunez at 50, Chiesa, let's say 10. I just don't see a world where we go for Osimhen. Honestly, it's just a deal. I'll be incredibly shocked. I think Liverpool probably definitely like the caliber of player. I just don't see a world where Liverpool get Victor Osimhen. I really, really don't. I would honestly be shocked. Honestly, I would be astounded if Liverpool actually went in and tried to get Victor Osimhen. As much as I would like him, I just don't think he surpasses that. Do you remember Liverpool always do like that somewhat quote unquote dickhead test? Liverpool would 100% be doing that on him. You know? But yes. Let me just check something. Let me check. Let's see what the chat's saying. Big up to the chat every single time. Chiesa is not even good enough for Napoli anymore. The thing is, I don't think it's necessarily about being good enough. It's more about if he gets given the game time. Osimhen will be a second striker. We would lose to Afcon 65, not 70. Smash the likes and subscribe, people, if you are new. Yeah, man. We are 9 likes from 40. I promised the chat we are going to talk Isak when we get to 40. So as soon as we get to 40 likes, we will bring up the news and everything regarding Mr. Alexander Isak. So, yes. Osimhen's attitude is bad. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't think Liverpool would entertain him. And what would his wage demands be? Because I think at Napoli he's on around about 200 grand a week. Napoli rates him 75. Yeah, but they rate him 75. The team could easily steal him for 65. I think he goes to Saudi. I think he goes to Saudi eventually. 250 grand a week. Yeah, and that's what I think he's roughly on. So yeah, what else we got? Also, by the way, guys, we are dropping a video later today. Kerkez will be announced at some point today. His medical has been done, so we should, we'll go through quickly over the Kerkez situation real quick. By the way, just seen this from Fabrizio Romano. More plans on Paris Saint-Germain. Plans to keep Alex Bacola, despite Bayern and Premier League clubs' interest, appears to be untouchable. Yeah, there's not a chance we move for Bacola. So this is what he tweeted. Milos Kerkez can now be considered as a new Liverpool player. Deal signed, also club to club. Medical completed and contract sealed, with left back joining Liverpool for 40 million as a fee from Bournemouth. Here we go, confirmed official announcement. Yeah, so he is, by the way, guys, going to be announced today. That's my opinion. Where did I get to in the chat? Let me go back up. Agree. 250. Yep. He wants to stay in Europe. Who? Osimhen. Yeah, Osimhen does. But I just think he goes to Saudi because who else is going to pay up what he wants? I thought originally he was going to Chelsea. I genuinely thought originally he was going to Chelsea. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen because they got interest in Hugo Ekitike alongside Obviously, they brought Liam Delap. Then they've got Jackson as well. Aren't they going to bring in Osimhen? Probably not. I just don't. I'm trying to think of clubs that he probably would go to in Europe. Osimhen is bad. Repetition is just not. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I get what you mean, mate. That's not for you. But yeah, big up to yourself for the feedback. The reason why, like I said, I mentioned it is because everyone in the chat wants me to just when, as a YouTuber, I'm trying to divert the topics. Like everyone, I'm trying to get through all the other bits of news, like the outgoings of like your Darwin Nunez and stuff. Everyone wants to talk about Isak. So, like I said, I made a promise to the chat when we get to 40 likes, we'll speak about Isak. Liverpool can convince Isak's both agents. Liverpool projects. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I am starring all the Isak comments. Italian clubs don't have money. I'd rather someone else come in for Nunez. But there's Darwin. The thing is, who's going to pay more than what Napoli are probably going to want to pay right now? And the thing is, it looks like Atletico Madrid's interest has died down a little bit because I'm not really seeing too much regarding that situation. And also, what about the factor of what was I going to mention? Saudi. Darwin Nunez wants to prefer to stay in Saudi. So, and to be honest, at Napoli is probably a really good project right now with Conte. He's just come in and he's won the league. So there's no better manager to work on it in Serie A with him. They put 100 million price tag. I agree. I can see him at United. What? Osimhen? If Man United actually had Champions League football, I could see him going there. Because Man United would definitely probably pay the wages and stuff like that. 100%. So Kerkez announced today. Yeah, Kerkez is actually confirmed he is going to be announced today. Because here we go, official. Like he's done all his medical and stuff. I think, was it Friday? We had the here we go. Yeah, Friday we had the here we go for Kerkez. I think Fabrizio said on like, do you know how Fabrizio's channel always does like YouTube videos on players and stuff? I think he said the announcement will probably be Tuesday after his medical. It makes sense to announce him today because when Verts did his medical on Friday, they announced him on the same day. So I'll be shocked if he's not announced today, if I'm being honest. If we don't get Osimhen, I don't rate him. I like Osimhen. But it's not really much more about his attitude. It's more about his wage demands and stuff. What does he actually want? Osimhen, Cunha, Bromo, That's not a bad front three for Man United. I actually got that 20 minutes ago. Seen LFC training ground. What Milos Kerkez? Yeah, because he's done his medical today. Ornstein said he's getting announced today in his article. Yeah, so yeah, he will be announced. I reckon he'll probably be announced 6-7 o'clock. The potential with this announcement could be interesting, right? Because we all know he has been liking tweets, tagged on stories, this, and that. Imagine the announcement. He's just like scrolling through his phone, sees a Liverpool, likes like I don't know, a Liverpool post, and then the camera just looks slowly up, and it's just like him in the Liverpool kit. Like, I thought the Verts announcement was cool. Like, I thought they could have maybe. I think me personally, it was okay. The best Liverpool announcement, in my opinion, that I loved in recent times was the Konate one. It was just so original where he announced it himself. He had all his friends, his family behind him. As the backdrop, he had like loads of red smoke. He was holding up the Liverpool shirt, Konate number 5. Funny enough, he's actually on this kit. Konate is actually on the back of this shirt, funny enough. That's why one of the reasons why I mentioned him. And funny enough, right, that announcement was so sick and cold. I hope Liverpool do we could do something similar to that. Big up to Antico in the chat. Hope you well, mate. His announcement will be Kerkez twerking next to Szoboszlai. I don't think they'll get any players involved because I thought they'd get Frimpong potentially involved, but obviously they're still all on holidays. So I'm sure we will see Szoboszlai probably tweet or probably post something today, something like that. He'll post something, just like Frimpong did. Saloni contract video with him in the King's chair was cool. Yeah, that was good. Where he says, "Oh yeah, Salah stays," and he signs the contract. He's on like holiday. He's just in like some Liverpool shorts and stuff. We've had some really good ones, but for me, the personal favourite in recent time was Konate. The Konate one was really original because he wasn't even done like at the at the time Melwood. Would have been Melwood at the time? Yeah, Melwood. It wasn't even done at Melwood at the time. So it was just like him in some like, let me pull it up actually. Konate Liverpool announcement. Like I think he's just on like some back garden like pitch type thing. Like look, like he's in like some football pitch, red smoke everywhere. He's got all his mates around him, Liverpool and the flags in the background. Like I think that's just so original and it was just sick. So yeah, hopefully something maybe similar for Kerkez. I reckon Nunez is sold this week, Chiesa and Elliott, and then go all in for Isak. I do see where you're going with that, Ants, and I've had the similar feeling. Salah is him, that's why Konate was on fire. It was like an NBA type thing. Yeah, it was. I actually thought it was just so original and cool, which is one of the reasons why as to why I liked it. So let's talk about Isak then. Big up to everyone in the chat because everyone wants to speak about the main guy, Mr. Isak. We'll get on the chat to him then. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hope everyone has a brilliant start to the week. Funny enough, we are going to speak about Konate later in the show. Like I said, we've got a lot of things to be speaking about. So this is what I saw this morning as to Isak. This is from David Ornstein. That's 52 minutes past 7 this morning. If and when Nunez departs, it may take time before a clear picture emerges of how Liverpool's front line will take shape. Their admiration for forwards such as Alexander Isak and TK is well documented, but there is nothing significant in the motion at present. I wouldn't even say that's really a bad thing. Now, the reason why I don't think that's a bad thing, I'm going to go through all the Isak starred comments in a second. The reason why I don't think that bit is a bad thing, that there's nothing present, there's no talks, that doesn't mean the deal won't happen. Because the reason why Liverpool could be seen as this a sense of, look, before we go in potentially with something with Isak, before we potentially go in with a Hugo Ekitike, before we end up getting a forward, Liverpool want to sort out the forwards and everything they want to get rid of. Because what happens if we go and, let's say, get Isak, the Nunez thing falls apart and we can't, no one's selling it, and the fee gets reduced? We want to get that guaranteed cash in before we go and get him. And plus, that also gives Liverpool and Newcastle some time, because Newcastle could potentially go and get Joao Pedro. They could potentially go and get other players. As to, I think I'm going to go through the star comments. This is what someone bought. Newcastle should sign James Trafford for 40 million, Anthony Elanga and Joao Pedro. If they want to go and get said players, right, Maybe they want to go and do that first, and then they can sell Isak, bring that back guaranteed cash into the football club, and then everyone's kind of happy days, because Newcastle would be replacing literally their best player over the past couple of years, and they would obviously want to get decent advocate replacements in. So that's why I think it's a bit of a game of chess right now with Isak. Liverpool on one side of things, generating money. Newcastle want to still try and buy players. So I think both parties are kind of seeing who's going to kind of make the first move, because I feel like Newcastle wants Isak to stay to a new contract. Liverpool wants Isak. So Liverpool, before they even go with Isak, they're going to have to make back some funds, because we have just spent 186 million. So Liverpool will want to go and get some funds from the players that they want to get rid of, i.e., your Nunez, your Elliots, etc., before going all in as to try and getting Isak. That's just a couple of things I think to take note of. Slot selling half the squad to fund Isak. Nobody's seen it. I personally thought there was going to be a massive outgoings this summer, as to like your Chiesas, your Darwins, your Elliots, mainly due to the fact of Slot doesn't rate these players. So there's no point keeping them around so much that likes. Yep, it's not a bad thing, because it shows we have documented interest at the very latest. Again, it's not a bad thing. Just because Ornstein has come out and said, yes, their admiration or whatever your word you want to use, doesn't mean we're potentially going to do something with Isak this summer, i.e., try and make a bid, get that more concrete, etc. Do you know what I mean? Just because it's not right now doesn't mean it won't happen, because I think Liverpool are working on other things before they can get to that, in my opinion. And the reason why, also, I think it's a really good thing. If Liverpool wanted Hugo Ekitike, they can go and get Hugo Ekitike. If Liverpool wanted Benjamin Sesko, they'll go and get Benjamin Sesko. If Liverpool wanted, I don't know, João Pedro they've been linked with, they'll go and get João Pedro, because these fees are feasible. And we all know Liverpool's main target this summer is a striker. So I think Liverpool, if they're going to get Isak, it's not going to be something that's going to be done just like that. And we're going to wake up tomorrow, Isak to Liverpool, here we go, or let's all have a party. But, do you know what I mean? I think people just need to stay relaxed and calm and composed over said situation. But I have said, if Isak does sign for Liverpool, I have said I am going to do a 24-hour stream, because I was having a debate with someone about a month ago on my stream as to why Liverpool won't sign Isak at the current time. And then I did some thinking of how the figures could work with selling the players, etc. He said, if Liverpool sign Isak, I've got to do a 24-hour live stream. So that will be fun. Don't want Isak, want Alvarez, really. Why Katike? I'm just saying, like, as a name that why Liverpool have been linked to him. We have to get rid of players because we've only room for homegrown players as well at the minute. Facts, Newcastle want Jota. Is it actually true? I know I've seen a couple of links as to they do actually want Jota. Is that actually concrete? Isak is just for clicks, etc. Well, you actually, okay. So you think Isak right now is actually just straight up no? And who said they want Jota? Us being excited of Isak rumors is the same as Arsenal's getting excited of Rodrigo. Both won't happen. The difference is one's at Real Madrid, at the best club in the world right now. That's right now, Real Madrid. One of them's playing for Newcastle, and the thing is with Rodrigo, it's more of an actual difficult deal to do, because I think he wants to stay at Real Madrid. I think if you gave Isak the real opportunity to come to Liverpool, I think he comes. And before people say, oh, Newcastle have Champions League football, Newcastle won their first trophy, all important things to take into account. Liverpool have Champions League football. Liverpool won a trophy last season. Liverpool won the Premier League last season. You come to this team, you're the difference from becoming Premier League champions to becoming back-to-back Premier League champions, to go in a double, to go in a treble. Does he do that at Newcastle right now? No. Newcastle can have Jota as long as we can do a deal for Isak. I think he's only say about 150k a week. Ooh, Isak is on 120. I trust Edwards and Hughes, so who knows who we gets as a striker. Facts, mate. Absolute facts. No comparison to as an Arsenal. We are league champions with a top manager. Isak is older and Alvarez has more Premier experience. I mean, Isak's been in the Premier League for 3 years. Alvarez only came here for 2. And I would argue Isak's time in the Premier League was better than Alvarez's. And I like Alvarez, by the way, before people think I don't. I like him. Isak and Alvarez are both 25. Yeah, Isak is in that point now where he has to thinking, he's in no rush. He's got 3 years left on his contract, right? He's got 3 years left. So he's in genuinely no rush to make a deal. But the fact that people think that we actually genuinely have no chance of signing Isak, I think is wild, because what we've just done, I spent 186 million. Have you seen the money that we're going to recuperate? Darwin, 50 million. Elliott, 30 million. Kwanzaa, 30 million with a buyback clause, by the way, and plus add-ons in that deal. Robertson, Simicast, Kelleher. It's not like if we was in a situation of as to where we didn't really have many players to sell of good value. I think it's more of a case of an argument. But the longer this goes on, I think the longer we actually have a chance, because why would Newcastle be trying to bring in all your Joao Pedros, etc., if they didn't think of a possibility of them selling Isak is possible? And they said a month ago, David Ornstein did say a month ago, don't be surprised if a club does try and test the waters with a bid or something like that. He also said Newcastle see him as unobtainable. Now all of a sudden, they're saying, yeah, he's available for this. I think Isak has to play a massive part, though. I've always said if Liverpool are going to sign him, Isak has to play a huge part in the sense of, as to fact, he would have to probably push for the move himself. Things like transfer requests really aren't a thing in football. If Liverpool place a bid and Isak says to Newcastle, look, let me go, I'm bringing in you a massive chunk of money, I want to go to Liverpool. They're not the type of club to stand in his way. And plus the owners, ambition owners, they don't like players that don't want to be there. You've seen it with Manchester City's owners. You know, players that don't want to be there, they'll get rid. That's the same with Newcastle. If a player doesn't want to be there, they're not going to keep a player worth over 150 million sat at the club. Who said, yeah, I want to know who said that. Isak will be the signing of the window. I said it since day one. He'll be a red. I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. Alvarez fits the bracket of FSG. Alvarez is more of a difficult deal to do, mainly because he's only been there a year. He's more likely want to stay at he wants to more likely stay at Atletico Madrid, mainly due to the fact that I think I saw something that apparently his family just hates it in England. Plus, South Americans, like players like your Alvarez, are born to play for, i.e., your Real Madrid, your Barcelona, your Atletico Madrid. I think he's going Barca in a year. I do. I think he goes Barca in a year. The more that Barca try and solve their money situations, I think he goes to Barca. And you always see weird deals between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona anyway. I think that's a deal waiting to happen. I'd be happy with either one of Isak or Alvarez, both proven. I've seen City fans saying they're getting Verts and didn't happen. Alvarez. But the thing is, it came out that Man City was never really truly in the race because Verts and his family never went to Manchester to visit them. At least Liverpool have actually contacted the representatives, actually had somewhat base level of talks with the camp of Alexander Isak. Isak is not proven. Alvarez is not proven. Alvarez is not proven. Nah, he did quite good in the Premier League. Man, let's not do this. CJ wasn't This was a pipe dream. Liverpool have more chance to win trophies. The only way I see we get him if he stays in Newcastle wants to. It's that simple. The only way we get him is he has to play a massive part. He can't just sit there and think, yeah, let the deal happen. He would have to play a massive part. Yes, bro. Big up to Touchline Facts, people. Guys, go and subscribe to him, man. He's a Man United fan. I know. But he's also on the road to, I think, how many subs you on, bro? If you're still in the chat. Go and drop him a subscription, guys. We've got 88 plus people. He's another guy that actually works his ass off in terms of content creation. So big up to him. And hopefully, bro, you'll be on Heavyweight Show Thursday. I think he done enough when he was given a chance at City. Yep. You believe anything the fans say? No clubs paying more than 170 mil for Isak. Bayern and Barca certainly won't. This is the most Newcastle will be offered next season. They'll be offering 75 mil max. I mean, he's got 3 years left on his deal. So if he, let's say, goes into his final 2 years, you're still getting over 100 million for him. If he absolutely destroys the Premier League again, you will. You know, we got 10 mil for a player that was 2 weeks left on his contract. So I'm sure Newcastle could get more than 75 million for the best striker. For me, the pound for pound best striker in the world. Haaland's the overall better striker in terms of goal scoring and stuff. But overall ability as a striker, I think there's no one better than Isak right now. Osimhen, Gyökeres, Sesko, Tiki, Joe all cheaper than Isak, but we are jumping on them. What does that tell you? Obviously, Isak's more proven. He's a little larger than the league. I think Alvarez, when he was given the chances, he showed he was capable. Look, don't get me wrong, he is quality Alvarez, but I've always said, me personally, give me Alexander Isak every day of the week. Isak will be a red, hopefully, bro. Hopefully. But Liverpool roll up to Newcastle with 120 mil. Deal is done. Biggest club in the world, plus Newcastle need that money to build. How bad are Newcastle's PSR issues? Because what I don't understand is last summer it all came out that their issues were fine. Now, I've not done too much in digging into Newcastle's PSR issues because I don't really care that much, right? But I remember they sold a player called Anderson to Nottingham Forest, who's had an actually good season, by the way, because they listed a load of players that they were willing to sell to fix their issues. Gordon was one of them. We was going to do the deal. I remember they sold Anderson to Forest, and that helped them massively. And obviously, we backed out the issue, and now their PSR issues are coming back again. I want to know, are their issues actually that bad still? He didn't make always scored for City. Alvarez was good. He was good. We don't need to debate was Alvarez good in the Premier League. Fact. Newcastle journalists talking about massive fee and wages potentially says everything would have been buried straight away. It was not 100% happening. Look, the reason why it gives me hope as well, James Pearce hasn't shut it down. Because James Pearce has not shut it down, there is a chance. And if you know, you know. Who says we wanted Alvarez and will join us? We've been linked to Alvarez for a year, mate. Where have you been? Is that aimed at me or someone in the chat? Because I know we've been linked to Alvarez. I see the Athletic are also linking us to Marilla. I think Marilla would be an unbelievable player for Liverpool. My worry is with him, 18 plus million, and he won't start. So if Konate leaves, I'm bringing him in. But the thing, he's a left-sided centre-back. So he's probably more likely to be a Virgil van Dijk replacement. I think it's summer or now or never for Isak. I think he goes Barca next summer. I think the club where you can look out for him, buying could be a club in a year or two. Because how old is Harry Kane? 31. 32 in July. When's his contract up? Actually, let me have a look. Because I think he goes back to the Tottenham, in my opinion, when his contract's up. He's been there for 2 seasons. Harry Kane's only got 2 years left. He's got a 65 million release clause. I would do that for 2-3 years, but the thing is, he's on £480,000 a week, which in euros, sorry, which I think equates to like 300 and something plus. So, yeah, I don't think that's a deal where I don't think Liverpool would do. I think Isak to buy could be an option. Yeah, Barcelona 100%. IMO Isak will never happen more. Likely to be at TK. I think that is actually facts, mate. In Newcastle, he will play UCL. In Liverpool, he will win it. Look into me. We tried to get him before he went to Atletico Madrid. Who you on about, Paul? Mate? Because who exactly are you on about in the chat? Did you see 12 getting destroyed? I didn't really watch it. I saw a couple of clips on TikTok because the game was Sunday, correct? I didn't watch it because I was literally spending the weekend with my girlfriend. So, I mean, and we could have put a bid in for Isak and Osimhen. I didn't go on any like socials this week and any like Twitter or anything. So, Liverpool could have genuinely bought a player and I wouldn't have a clue. To be honest, I probably would have because my granddad probably would have rang me. Because every time Liverpool was trying to play, he always like rings me and stuff and says like, "Yo, you seen this, this, and that?" We always have a topic about it. So he probably would have just rang me, to be fair. So, Barca can buy Isak. They won't stuff. So prize money. Lewandowski is going next year. Yeah, 28 goals and assists in 43 starts. I think for his age in the team he was playing in. Sets of Ireland. Not a bad run, I am. Yes, not bad. Barca have prize money and Lewandowski will probably leave soon, so it's probably 100%. I think Alvarez goes there. That's what I personally think. Barca will not offer more than FC. They offer less. Once we sell Nunez, I think we hear more about centre forward. 100%. 110%. It was only last season they had to sell that guy. So they are safe not to build, if you get me. Yeah, I get you. If Newcastle sell Isak, that frees them for PSR, could spend up to 300 million. And how much are they bad in PSR? Because I remember we've had a couple of talks. You spoke about Newcastle's PSR issues. How bad is it actually really bad, as people are saying still? So I know last summer it was somewhat bad because they're not spent for 3-4 windows. Alvarez not coming. Must stay Atletico Madrid. I think Barca money issues are over. I see them something about clearing a 900 mil this season, expecting to clear $1 billion next season. Yeah, I think that's something about that. I saw something about that, something to do with July. No, Barca will have prize money. Why is my audio crap? What's up with my audio? Chat, let me know. Is my audio bad? Let me know. Where did I get to in the comments? That's his agent. Yeah, I think his agent's my granddad Liverpool fan. Yeah, my granddad's a Liverpool fan. Yes, he is a Liverpool fan. Elliot and Anderson. Yes. Yes, they were the names correct. Both went for decent money to cover them. Yep. Yeah, because I think I can't remember about Mattia, but I remember Anderson got sold because I have a mate who supports around that club. So You told me about it. Your audio's good. Appreciate it, bro. They were going to get punished like Everton. Big up to Zia, man. Big up to Zia. Hope you're well, brother. Looking forward to doing a heavyweight show on Thursday, mate. Actually, I need to message you about it. I'm available, by the way. Don't think I'm like cancelling. I need to message you something regards about the show though. What's up, good bro? Hope you're well though, mate. I saw you was on League Gunner stream the other day. Big up to yourself, bro. You know, collabing with the big dogs now, yeah. Liverpool and Napoli in direct contacts for Darwin Nunez today. Yeah, we went through that, and I think personally that will get done within the next week. Audio is fine. Nothing's wrong with the audio. Oh, good. I don't know what that guy was on about then. Yeah, smash the likes and subscribe. We are 2 likes away from 50. Wow. Big up to every single one of you in the house. Hope everyone's having a blessed start to the week. We're going to do another hour or so, I think. And then I've got to nip to the shops and do a food shop and all that. Paul, you've not actually described who you're on about. Like, yeah, sure, bro. Message me. Yeah, I'll message you after the stream, bro. How do you know that anyone's saying it? Yeah, man. Yeah, this guy was collabing with Lee Gunner and that. I can't lie. I do you want to know how I saw it? I saw Lee Gunner did an 8-hour stream or something like that, and I saw in the thumbnail it had Zia on it. I was like, because it was literally I came back from my girlfriend's yesterday, and I was like, hold on, is that Zia on his stream? Clicked on it, skipped to the bit where you was on it, and I was like, blood's actually on his stream, you know. You did a good account of yourself though, bro. Big up to you though. But yeah, big up to everyone that is in the chat today. Yeah, their PSR isn't that bad, but if they sell Zollies for a huge amount, that could spend on having the richest owners in the league. Yeah, they will be able to spend 300 million plus apparently. Smash the like, subscribe. Yeah, back up. I said I don't think Alvarez would sue our system, and he's crying about it. Like we're about to sign him. Yeah, I've known him for a bit because I know. Oh, Northside. Yeah, Northside's another top guy, man. He's grown loads over the past couple of years. I've been watching him. I've watched Northside since about 2K subs. I think when I started watching him, I think it was a match reaction to. It was a Liverpool Arsenal game, and Arsenal didn't get the result they wanted. So yeah, I remember just seeing him live, and he was raging, and I just thought he was hilarious. But yeah, top guy, man, top guy. You need big clubs too, brother. I'll be honest, man. I'm just doing my own thing right now. Like, if anyone wants to collab with me, they're welcome to. Do you know what I mean? My email is in the link below. My Twitter is down below. So, but yeah, by the way, we are starting a TikTok channel. Let me add the background where you can see the advertisement for the TikTok. Oh no, I don't think I saved it. Oh god. But yeah, from tomorrow we are going to be posting TikTok videos as well. Sky Sports are down at the AXA announcement. Should be soon. Yep. You know what? Here's a promise to the chat. Liverpool sign Isak. I will go down to the AXA training ground. Not as to like going in, because obviously I probably won't be allowed in. But I'll wait outside and see if I can grab any sort of stuff. If Newcastle sold Isak, they would easily go for Osimhen and Kudus. Yeah, there's a load of names they would 100% be going for him for. Why is there? Why? Oh God. Anyways, big up, bro. Yeah, big up yourself, mate. Subscribe or you're all Nunez in disguise. Like as well, big up to yourself, mate. Everyone, go and subscribe to Zia Talks. Zia, how many subs are you on? Let me actually, I don't know, he's probably just left. Let me check how many subs you're on, bro, because 60, 960, bro. We're getting to you to 1K this week. Facts. 1K this week. It's going to happen. But yeah, people, big up to everyone in the chat. What else do we want to go through in today's show? Actually, probably should get my phone on charge because how the flipping how am I pay for my food shop? My phone's dead. My phone's charging. Bush. Let's work that on charge. Wheel was playing for Slop. Coming in, that was Caesar. Last year's club football with a few tweaks. Yep. What else did I want to go through? So yeah, we are going to come back to the Isak chat, but I wanted to quickly bring up this. For people in our new Milos Kerkez will be announced later today as to reports. Yes, I've just seen a tweet that Liverpool. So yeah, bring it up. Bookmarks. What did I want to go through? So yeah, this was a bit about the Chiesa stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go through a couple more of the outgoings, and then we are gonna speak about what's his name? Mark Guay. Because I don't think I spoke about him on stream yet. I can't remember if I have or not. So yes, let's speak about Chiesa for a bit. So Liverpool are demanding 15 million euros for Rodrigo Chiesa to leave until the summer, and are currently unwilling to sanction a loan deal before an obligation or option to buy. So yeah, I mean, I can't lie. As this comment says, add another 18 million euros to his song alone. Yes, I don't care. I'm still gonna sing his song. I think his song will still be sung because it's genuinely one of the best player songs in recent times. It's an absolute tune. Absolute tune. When I was at Anfield not long ago for Spurs, and when I was there for the parade and for Finn, I must have been singing that song in my sleep because I was singing it constantly. It's just an absolute tune. And I reckon no doubt we'll probably do something similar for like a Florian Wirtz type song for that. Like fuck off Bayern, I'm a cop right now, something like that. So yeah, keys will be sold, guys, I think. I don't think in terms of being a move for that is going to be trouble. You know, we're gonna make our money back on him very easily. Ant, was this what you saw? Isak could be heading to Anfield with Liverpool tabling cash plus offer on the corner of the table, 100 million plus Diego Jota in the other direction. Was this the tweet you saw by any chance? As to regards to Jota. Important week for Pisuta Darwin Nunez has just been said. So yeah, I think Chiesa will be sold in the next week or two. Same with Darwin Nunez. Let me just see what's just been sent on Twitter. Right, let me at the gym at the moment. Right, there we go. Let's go back through the chat. We've got quite a bit to catch up on. When I get to audience, fine. This window's been very, very dry in terms of what Liverpool related. If you think the Liverpool window has been very dry, I do not know what you mean by that. Unless you mean as in other teams, then yeah, you could argue it was. But I think it's like a can of pop. You know when you get your can of pop or a can of Coke, and you get like what's those things that kind of makes it fizz up? Like is it Mentros or Minstros or something like that? You put it in, and the Coke just goes explodes. I think that's what is kind of like as to the striker situation as well. I think a lot of clubs are waiting for the other clubs to make their first moves and stuff like that. I think it's gonna pick up heavily after the Club World Cup as well, because you have got a Club World Cup going on as well, where teams are, if teams want a player from that said club, they have to wait till the tournament finishes. Do you know what I mean? Who knows? We don't work for a club we could start playing. No one's heard of. Have we bid for Isak? Not as yet. We are literally selling off the squad just to use Nico Williams. We are literally selling half the squad just to see Nico Williams. It's 100 pounds for us. That's what Kwanzaa needs to do. Yep. We are going to speak about Kwanzaa very soon, actually, because obviously that deal's done. I don't think we're going to get Alvarez. Don't think Atletico will sell him, but I'll take him, Alvarez, over Nunez. Yeah, I think we're all in that same boat, to be honest with you, mate. Only problem I've got about this window so far is we are losing all our English players. We are going to be losing, yes. We have lost nearly 3 English players because the Rat's gone. Harvey will be gone. Kwanzaa will be gone. Although Frimpong counts as homegrown, does Keller count as homegrown? Have we bid for either? What's happening? Not as yet, mate. Konate news update. Want your thoughts? You know what? We'll talk about Konate actually, because we can link it with the Mark Guay stuff and also the Kwanzaa buyback clause. So yeah, we'll move, once I catch up with all the comments, we are going to speak about the centre back situation, because alleged rumours Konate has rejected new proposal. Big up and smash the likes. Yeah, big up to everyone, man. 50 likes already on today's stream is mad. Appreciate the support. I think we've only got homegrown spaces left available to resell now. Yep. Oh, as to regards to earlier, the Newcastle journalists have something. Newcastle journalists have something to do with reports, so put some rumours on there. Don't know what about you think, Sam Elliott. Hendo been links with Sunderland. Yeah, I saw we got links with Forest. When it's been dry or not, I've seen not the whole league. Yeah. Up the Seagulls, he is a Brighton fan. Yes, he is a Brighton fan because he's watched my channel for some time. I did a Brighton Liverpool watch along. I remember he found my channel, subscribed since then. Don't ask him why he has Zanetti as a FIFA card as his profile pic. He did it. I can't remember why he said it. Why he has that as his profile pic. I think it's because someone in his family is like Argentinian, and that was one of his favorite players. Something like that. Yo, big up to Hannah in the chat. He does think we sign Elliott. So, yeah. A couple of Brighton fans do think they will sign Elliott. Because I think he said on his stream that a lot of Brighton people are talking about it. Yeah, Keller is homegrown, but a few homegrown will be coming in. I'm trying to think who's homegrown that will be coming in. Frimpong's going to be in. What is the requirement to be homegrown again? Because is it like if you was playing in this country before like 17? Am I right in saying that? Big up. Yeah, I think that would be a good move for Endo, going back to where it all started. You're confident you get a striker? 100%. I think the striker situation won't be resolved until we've done all the outgoings. Are we really getting linked to siblings, or are United still interest? Dibbling. Oh, Dibbling. I do not think Liverpool will make a move for Dibbling, if I'm being honest. It would be a good move for Harvey. Don't think he fancies it, though. We have to wait and see. But yeah, people. Konate situation. So this came out from The Guardian. That Konate has rejected Liverpool's contract renewal and offer, and he is now stalling in negotiations. I'm going to run a poll. Does Konate leave? He signs a new deal, leaves this summer, leaves on a free. I'm intrigued to see what the people think as to the Konate situation. So yeah, there's a couple of options there. Still think there's a big shock transfer to come from a player going out of the club. Said it for the last 4 months. Just got that feeling. I've said it as to regards to that player. It will be Luis Diaz, in my opinion. I was at the Amex the other day, super new stadium. When I think of the old Goldstone ground on Shamrock Road, we are 1-0 now with us signing Verts. Do you think Curtis Jones will go? No, but the Curtis Jones topic, I think that's interesting, because at one point is he ever? I think the thing is with Curtis Jones, I think he's just happy to be a bit pot player right now, because I believe Curtis Jones is on. Curtis Jones is on 15 grand a week. He's got 2 years left. So I think in the next 6 months, a decision will be made whether he will sign or potentially he will leave. Remember that time Konate said he would die for the club. Yep. No Curtis days for me. Yeah, isn't Dibbling. Deals with Kerkez. So yeah, just let me see what the people think. Does Konate stay? I asked, does Konate leave? He signs a new deal. He leaves this summer, or he leaves on a free. 50% of people think he will sign. Some people think he will leave this summer. The thing is, I'm not one of these people where, oh my god, if he doesn't sign by then, you have to sell him. It's a lot more difficult to do than that. But Konate holds all the cards right now. He's the guy in control. It's not the club anymore. And a decision needs to be made on this Konate situation as to if he leaves on a free, there is something wrong with how we do contract renewals. And that needs to be looked into and looked at. And also, if he stays, he stays. I think he will stay. I just think the stuff that he's come out and said lately about his love and passion for the football club, you saw how happy he was when we won the title, because if you look back in 2022, Konate lost the league by a point. He lost the Champions League final a week later and lost a World Cup. From a successful standpoint of view in his career, that was probably his lowest. And redemption and winning the Premier League title, I think he's got that, and he wants to go and win the Champions League now. Because I've deleted an easy post on Twitter with Liverpool rumours. Wait, what? Nunez, Ramsey, Chiesa, and one of the left backs will be sold. That will open up 4 homegrown spots with the addition of Kerkez. That still leaves room to bring in a non-homegrown striker at the very latest. So are you saying that Liverpool, so 4 homegrown spots, what, Kerkez is homegrown? Calvin, Ramsey, Chiesa, one of the left backs. I think you have to be registered at the club for 3 years before your 21st birthday or something like that. Yes, Sakala would have been homegrown. Elliot would have been homegrown. Kerkez is 21, so he can't be homegrown. Ooh. I'm trying to think who we could. Yeah, Frimpong Wood is classed as homegrown because he was homegrown at Manchester City, wasn't he? So he's actually homegrown. I'm not too. I think the club will heavily look after the homegrown status. I think that's something that us as fans, we don't really need to worry about as much, in my opinion. But yeah, just let's see what the people think. Will Ibu stay? I'm in the minority of I think he will sign that contract. If I'm being honest. Call me nuts. As I know there is Isak and Osimhen, but what we're trying to sign Asensio from Villa on loan. No, mate, no, I won't. No. Yeah, I'll be shocked if Liverpool signed Asensio, if I'm being honest. So yeah, Konate, will he stay or go? But this is interesting. From what I saw about Ibu. Remember, Ibu did come out and say this, guys. Konate said the numerous times not to believe what the media says about his contract. Furthermore, it's crucial for Liverpool to sort out Ibu's contract so he's still top 3 defenders in European football. I think this is down to 50-50. If Konate is getting offered 150 to 170 grand a week, then that's on the club, because I think 200 grand a week for a quality centre back, in my opinion, top 3, top 4 centre backs in the league in Konate, definitely top 5 centre back in world football, is getting offered below 200 grand a week. I think that's a joke, especially with the amount of wages that's going to be thrown up this summer. And he's looking at Chiesa on 150. He should be easily on 200 grand a week. But if he's asking for higher than that, then that's on Ibu. I hope he stays, man. I really, really do. I really hope he stays. But we've seen this situation before where Trent said he's not going to come out and speak about his contract situation. We all know what happened there. So is Konate doing another similar thing? Time will obviously tell on that situation. What did I see? This is what Madrid Zone tweeted. Justin Bieber and Konate disappointed with Liverpool's contract renewal offer, and he is now stalling in negotiations. Liverpool becoming afraid that he will do the same thing as Trent Alexander-Arnold and leave on a free in 2026. Liverpool have been close with Konate at times. Because remember last November when it came out that Liverpool were close. I'm intrigued to see why they kind of collapsed. And about a month ago, it picked back up again. So I will begin to worry about Ibu if we don't hear anything in the next 4 to 6 weeks as to a new contract renewal in terms of what is going to happen in that situation. What did I want to also bring up? So yeah, this is the news that came out while on the situation of centre backs. So yeah, Konate, will he sign or go? We're gonna have to wait and see. But a guy who we did sell in the centre back situation was Joao Konsa. Joao Konsa to buy Leverkusen. Here we go. Obviously a deal, 30 mil plus 5 mil add-ons, and obviously exclusive deal plus a buyback clause. That is a quality deal for Liverpool. The fact that we managed to get £35 million for a player of Kwanzaa's calibre, who probably won't go for that price on the average, and to add a buyback clause in there. So if he does absolutely sick and amazing, and Liverpool want to get him back, we can. He's got a 50 mil buyback clause. That is unbelievable business. Unbelievable business from Liverpool. And the fact now we could potentially go and get Mark Gray for a similar price, even better. Liverpool have absolutely stormed it in that area of the pitch in terms of outgoings, in terms of making money back. So this summer now we've already made I think we made about 15 to 18 million Callagher. Then Kwanzaa's 35 million, so that's 55 million. We then also sold, obviously we made 10 mil for the Rat as well. So Liverpool are moving quick. They are moving quick. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens to that. Since he's still a PSG player, yes, he is. He is still a PSG player. What did I also want to bring up? So yeah, let's move on to the Mark Gay situation. This is what Paul Joyce had said a couple of days ago. Palace's asking price will depend whether Liverpool will move now or look to sign Gray on a free transfer next summer. And I believe Fabrizio came out and said something on Gay as well. He said a couple of days ago, as soon as Joro Kwanzaa deal was completed, that's been completed, Liverpool active centre-back options. Mark Gay is on the shortlist for months, appreciated by Liverpool. And obviously that is going to be massive as to, I think a lot of it is going to come down to whether Liverpool can get the money they want. As to whether Gahey would be guaranteed the game time he would want, because that's something I think that needs to be taken into an account, because he's going to obviously want first team football with the World Cup and everything next year. I still think he would be guaranteed. Football with the Konate potentially injuries, etc. that comes along with it. He'll be guaranteed all the cup games, so he would still be guaranteed, I think, 30 plus games, in my opinion. Very comfortably, he'll still be guaranteed 30 plus games at Liverpool. So I don't think he would. He should worry too much. What's up, mate? Good time to be a Liverpool fan. 100%, mate. Yeah. Also, by the way, Nat Phillips has been sold as well. We'll speak about that in a second. So the Gahey situation is one of those situations where we're going to see. It's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds. As to, it all comes down to really what game time Liverpool are going to offer him. If they can offer him a good amount, I think Liverpool would 100% go in, because I think for the price and everything, I think Liverpool will 100% be moving in that direction for that deal, 1000%. So, yes. Others, it seems like a massive few days for centre-backs. Fabrizio Romano did also confirm Nat Phillips has been sold to West Brom. Let me pull up with you guys and bring up the tweets as to that situation. So yeah, Nat Phillips leaves Liverpool and joins West Brom on a permanent deal. I'm surprised it's took him this long to actually really get him a permanent deal. Since he started playing loads and loads of games for Liverpool that season, we had that centre-back issue like 4 years ago. He's had a lot of moves since then. I think he's been on loan at Derby, Celtic. Hopefully you can, have a good little career still. And West Brom's still not a bad club. I think Nat Phillips is like 28. Yeah, he's 28. So, he's still got a couple of years left. And hopefully, who knows if he can go and get West Brom, back to the Championship. Good story for him. I think they finished. Where did they finish last season? In the Championship, they finished. They finished ninth. So if he can push them up to the playoffs and get promoted, that'll be a good little story for him. But yeah, 100% yes. So Nat Phillips does leave Liverpool. I think we make about 3 or 4 million from him. So that's another couple of mil in the bank of that. That's another player that has been ticked off the players to sell this summer. We wish him all the best. Phillips does a good move. He'll go down as a club legend for that season. The thing is, he was actually good that season. He actually was. Him and Reece Williams, that iconic photo on the last day of the season, Yeah, mad. That season, unbelievable. So yeah, if we go to Liverpool's wage bill, you can now see a lot of the players who are getting ticked off. Man, Kite Gordon's name still winds me up because this kid was meant to be a talent. Just got ridiculed by injuries. So you can now see the players, obviously in grey, they're gone. Trent's name will update very soon. I don't know if Liverpool, they haven't tweeted it yet. So yeah, Trent's obviously gone, so that's 108 grand a week. Robertson will go, that's 160 gone. Chiesa 150 gone in wages. Nunez 140 gone in wages. Simicast maybe 75 grand gone in wages. Elliott 40 grand gone in wages. 30 grand gone in wages. We're making a lot of money this summer, even from a wages standpoint of view. Guehi will be amazing signing. I rated him for ages. Yeah, Guehi is a good signing. Very, 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 very good signing. A couple of other bits I want to bring up in today's show. So yeah, it looks like Liverpool are potentially going to be making a bid for Mark Guehi. They are the reports as right now. But we did, someone in the chat mentioned it the other day, Brighton are prepared to offer 40 million for Liverpool's Harvey Elliott. The 22-year-old is a key target for Brighton this summer. And Standard Sports reports this. I'm 100%. 40 million for Harvey Elliott is, again, unbelievable business. And to be honest, there'll probably be easily a sell-on clause in that. They both will rock season initially should be coming in the Cups. If they give Alisson a very well, Liverpool welcomes. Bad injuries for Gordon. He's still in the 20, I think. Don't think he can make it Liverpool though. No. Yeah. Best club in the world. Yeah. Absolute facts. Right, what else did I need to do? What was I going to bring up? Yeah, welcome to the best club in the world. I don't want to pay 40 mil though. Yeah, I'm taking 40 million, mate. Harvey really motivates around training, but yeah, 40 mil is sick business. I guess we'll see. How does that work. We give them 35 mil from work, and they're giving us 40 for Harvey. Yeah, smash the likes and subscribe, people. Yeah, man. Right, I'm gonna go and get a drink because I'm absolutely thirsty. So I'm gonna literally be back in literally 1 minute. Smash the likes, people. Get subscribing if you haven't already done so. We are 8 subs from 1,640, so let's try and push towards that today. Also, smash that like button. We'll be back in literally 2 seconds. Right, we are back. Yeah, to be fair, Footyreactstv, do Liverpool... Wait, 1 second, mate. Do Liverpool supporters care about the cardboard cup since we lost the final to 2? At the time I did. Obviously. I don't want to lose a cup final. But we won the league. That's what matters. Harvey worth more, but we can't refuse that for him, especially if he wants the move. He did come out and say in that interview, didn't he? I think it was at Brighton, actually, funny enough, where he basically came out and said, like, oh, I've got to do what's best for my career. He's completed his footballing career. Ultimately, at the age of, 21, 22, he's completed his footballing career. He's played for his boyhood club. He has said many times that was his dream to play for Liverpool. He won them the Premier League. He's a 2-time Premier League champion. He's been massive in some of the cup runs as well. Harvey Elliott's a good little footballer, and I think he would do well at Brighton. Yes, I agree. So let's see what the people said on the Konate deal. People think he would sign. Interesting. So yeah, it looks like Harvey probably will be sold for about 40 million fee, which is again unbelievable business, in my opinion. Unbelievable business. Let me have a look. We'll drop him a follow. Let me just check my messages. Bookmarks. So, yeah, that is the news on Harvey Elliott. I think he'll have a very good career at Liverpool, and this net spend meter will be going up massively. So if we can bring in 40 for Harvey, that'll go down to what, about 80. You then add in when we signed that goalkeeper, Pessi, the goalkeeper. So 126 million spent this summer. So far, that's brilliant business. We've made 61 million quid so far. I think Liverpool make 200 million. I do think Liverpool make 200 million. I think we get around that 50 mil mark for Darwin. So that's already 110. You're probably thinking 30 to 40 to Harvey. That's 130 to 140. Chiesa added in there. Your Robertsons, potentially. Your Simicasses. So that's probably an extra 20 mil within that. So that's like 160. I would then also maybe keep on lookout for a Diaz, potentially, or Jota. So I think Liverpool are making easily 150, 150, 160, 170 minimum this summer. And that's the reason why I think we're going to be able to do massive in the market from these player sales. Massively. Let's go through some of the comments. Exactly, that was winning the League Cup, so losing the final was a big loss. I think the way we lost was more of a downer. Conor Bradley, another July, Milos Kerkez. Fullback sorted for the next decade. Facts. I think we're all gutted when Harvey leaves, but he can't go another season playing bit part cameos. Exactly. He's completed his career. He's won everything with Liverpool, basically. He's a Liverpool fan, so, you know, like for him now, it's just more about minutes and, you know, having a good career. If he can go and win trophies somewhere else as well, and that sort of thing, then it's all a bonus for him. But ultimately, you know, he done it all with Liverpool, so big ups to him. Yeah, there is going to be 100% more to come. 110%. I think Liverpool bring in two more players, a striker, and I think they bring in potentially a centre. I think they bring in a centre back and a striker. Let's go over bits of news here. Florian Plettenberg tweeted that. So yeah, he is going to be announced today. I reckon he'll be announced between like 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and then we're going to do a video reacting to all of that stuff. So watch out for a video as to regards to that situation. Let me see if there's any more news. This is what Anfield Knowledge tweeted. Transfers ins and outs. So far, yeah, 50, 60 million quid. Nunez, 40 million. Chiesa, 15. Elliott, 40. Robertson, 10. 155 mil in earnings. We made a lot of money. A lot of money. And that's one of the reasons why I think, again, we're going big this summer. And plus, Slot has that mentality and that mindset of just being pure ruthless. And I 100% back him. There's no reason why I shouldn't. We're getting Isak. We'll have to wait and see. Add Morton and Doak to that fund list, probably. Doak will be added to that list, actually, as well, because Everton have had a bit of an interest in him. I don't think we sell him to Everton. But I do think we'd get some money for Morton and Doak. Harvey can go and take points off our rivals. Yeah, add Ben Doak and Morton. That's probably somewhere in the region of 20 to. You're probably thinking 25 mil to 30 million also added on into that as well. I'd also maybe put in maybe a Jota. I reckon if Liverpool get offered an okay fee for Jota, I think they sell. I do. I do think I think they will sell. Let me have a look. Yeah, our fullbacks are literally sorted for the next decade. Mad. Absolute mad. Unbelievable business from the Reds. Some more news. Darwin Nunez is going to be having talks. By the way, also, Philly will also become officially a Liverpool player next week. So you're probably going to see announcements as to regards with him as well. So that's going to be interesting as to see on that. This is what a couple of more bits, and we're just going through the last bits of news in today's stream. This is what David Ornstein had to say. Liverpool have now conducted impressive early work this summer, recruiting in January from Alvarez and agreeing a deal for Milos Kerkez, but that activity is likely to be followed by a pause while they observe market developments. I think, mainly due to the fact we want to see what's going to happen with the striker situation. I think it's going to come down to genuinely who moves first. Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle. There's a lot of Premier League clubs alone that want strikers and depth and stuff like that. So I think that's what Liverpool are potentially waiting to do in that regard. And also they want to mainly focus on the outgoings, so then we don't have to worry about that come toward the end of the window. If you get what I mean. Harvey can go now and we'll sell to them. Not getting Isak is exactly what I said about that. This will also make room for our young talent to play in the clubs. We also have a few stars in the 21s. Facts, Jota Jota can go, not reliability in him. It's up to Isak if he wants to play UCL with Newcastle, then fine, because next summer he will be cheaper and Isak ain't going to Barcelona. Yep. I think Slot going to run the rule over. Well, it looks centre back pre-season as well. I think potentially we could bring in 2 centre backs. Because if you think about it, we was rumoured with centre backs before we was even going to think about selling one. So the centre back situation is interesting, more as to follows, because it looks like Gomez is going to stay. I would be happy with Van Dijk, Guehi, Konate, and Gomez into next season. I'll be happy with that. I don't think anyone can really complain because you've got the best centre back in the world. Konate is unbelievable, as we know, and Guehi as a third choice. Guehi will probably genuinely be one of the best backup centre backs in the world for the price and everything that's available and what he has to offer. So I think it's certainly interesting, definitely an interesting situation. I think we may sign one and promote one from the youngsters. Yeah, Liverpool always do that sort of thing. But yes, let me check. A couple of things. But yeah, people, make sure you are smashing that like button because we have got Endo, Gomez, and Croft can also play centre back in any big season. Yes. I agree. Big season for him. People, we are going to end it off there. Make sure you are smashing that like button. You are subscribing to the channel. Very, very important you do so. We will be back later today. We've got 2 videos going out later. We have got 2 videos going out later today. We're going to do the Kerkez announcement reaction, and then also I've got another video going out as to regarding to Liverpool topics and stuff like that. So yes, it is certainly an interesting time. Make sure on your way out you're smashing that likes, you're subscribing. We're 7 likes from 70. So if you're watching back on the playback, make sure you like the video, and of course you subscribe. People, we will be back. We will be back tomorrow with another live stream. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Big up to everyone in the chat. We will go live, and listen to some breaking news. We will go live, but we have got 2 videos coming out later today. Big up to everyone. Take care. Goodbye.